You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Here's Paul. Here's Smith. No luck. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Collison kicks to AC. Now Casper feeds it to Bellinelli. The kick out to Collison. Drains the three-pointer. And it's an 8-point Kings lead.
LeDee just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Kings. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Griffin comes in for Smith. George is checked in for Paul Pierce. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. Now here's Rivers, picked by Griffin. Dishes to Rivers. And finished off by Griffin.
You know, on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when you're behind, but I think he's just trying to give him a spark.
And what a dunk it was.
And he's got that awe factor. Even look at us, we're all sitting here just waiting for when he goes airborne.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Now, here's George, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. George passes to Griffin. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm, Greg, on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
Now here's Griffin. 6 points for him. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
To the paint, here's Cousins, and Griffin sends it back. Throws it up high, and it's George finishing it off.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Here's Collison. Paul George making his last shot. Cousins with a screen on Rivers. A drive by Collison. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. Collison's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Picked by Griffin. Rivers kicks to George. A three-pointer off the mark.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Good ball movement here by the Kings. Rebound by Aldrich.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That's his first foul.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Quincy Acey. Now here's Griffin. He's got 8. And that one's good. George.
you know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And he gets the bucket. George has got 12 in the game. The Kings leading. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. And here's Rivers. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Johnson outside. Shot clock at 6. And he comes off the screen and slams it through. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
And, guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer. And Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
You know, and getting back to Wesley Johnson, you kind of want to kidnap him and just chain him to a set of weights. I mean, he has all the natural ability in the world to be a difference maker, but he just lacks the strength to do anything with it. I mean, a voracious competitor in college. He's been relegated to marginal production at the pro level, and I really feel like a lot of it is because he physically struggles at times at this level.
Now here's Gay. 9 points in the game so far. Tries from 10. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Gay's got 11 points.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Paul against Rondo. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know, on the topic of Wesley Johnson, I remember him in college. I remember the guy who took over games and even showed a certain toughness when he did it. He hasn't gotten to that point here in the pros, so he may soon be entering a crossroads in his career.
There's the screen. McLemore inside the line. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Right there!
He kicks it to Cousins. No good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Ball left side. It's rebounded by McLemore.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass to Cauley-Stein. And he goes in for the dunk.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Big time play at the basket right there, fellas.
The Clippers have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far. And guys, Blake Griffin has got to be one of the more humble stars in the league. You rarely hear about off-court issues in interviews. He's engaging and comes off kind of as a regular guy.
That's the way it appears to me, Kevin. The young man has his head screwed on pretty tight and both feet on the ground. He started out as a class act, and he stayed one.
And here are the Clippers now, trailing by 2. Jordan the screen, and it's Paul penetrating. Good! Jordan's got his second bucket of the night.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And talking about Blake Griffin, one of the more well-liked players in our league, but also one of the most teed-up players, top 5 in the league for the past 4 seasons. He's been ejected from several games as well.
Shot clock at 2. Shoots. beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. L.A. has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Back to Paul. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And, you know, getting back to Griffin, it's hard to stay grounded in this league. All the money, endorsements, ad campaigns, commercials, and so forth, that stuff can take you off track. But I think he's going to be grounded and maintain his focus going forward.
Kufis checked in for Sacramento.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Here's Paul after Rudy Gay's bucket. Here's Griffin. Outside for Jordan. Back to Griffin. Paul against Rondo. Screen shot on the way. And it's Paul missing. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the 2nd most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful jam.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Rondo kicks to Kufis. The shot from 20 feet away. That one wide left. And George, here we go. Pass to Paul. He dishes it to George. Paul is screen on Gay. And George kicks to Griffin, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Boy, an excellent job there by Paul setting that screen.
They play the clock right. They can go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Rondo dishes to Gay. That's good.
A beautiful pass by Rondo. That's excellent teamwork.
Quincy Azee's checked in for Cauley-Stein. You look at him physically, and Rudy Gay is the complete package at the small forward spot. Nothing holding him back.
You know, Kevin, he comes in at 6'8", has that solid frame, unbelievable athletic ability with the speed to go with that for a player of his height. He is a true talent.
Here's Jordan, and there's a nice one-handed slam. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
George against Gay. They set the pick. Kicks it to Rondo. Jumper off the screen. No good. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Clippers ahead. They're up by 1. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Doc, what's allowed the rhythm and efficiency you guys are playing with right now?
Because we're running, we're pushing the ball up the floor, but it's still a close game. And it's really loose balls, our turnovers, and offensive rebounds. So we got to do a better job there.
Coach, thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. His opening period tonight, right on par with his performance last game out, which was outstanding. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, they're paying attention to the boards, and that's a good thing. When you're trying to get ahead and stay ahead, it often comes down to a few key possessions. Any extra rebound you can get is a big difference. I like their intensity out there.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
I really like how they limited turnovers. They didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points, Ernie. I don't know how many points, a lot of easy points. They'll be in good shape if they can keep making the same smart plays.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.